Alright my dudes, I'm Exelia and welcome to my channel. Come in, get comfy and let's chat about cosplay. Hi, I'm Heather and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be part of my Cosplay for Beginners series here on YouTube. Every video in my Cosplay for Beginners series is going to be linked down below, and I have a huge range of videos that are very beginner friendly covering all different aspects. You'll also find timestamps in the description if you want to skip to a specific part of this video. If you're interested in cosplay but you're not quite sure where to start, or perhaps a curious parent and you're not sure what cosplay is all about, this is a great place to start. This video is an introduction to cosplay for beginners. So let's get started with the basics. What is cosplay? Cosplay is made up of the words costume and play. It's a fancy version of dressing up. The term cosplayer was coined in Japan, where people would dress as their favourite anime, manga or video game characters, but the term is popular everywhere and it doesn't just cover things of a Japanese source, it covers anything, anywhere. Now the term is cosplay, involving roleplay. Some people like to keep it casual, like myself, and just go to an event and dress as a character, but there will be some people who want to embody their character and have their mannerisms and their phrases. It's all about personal preference. One of the best things about cosplay is that there's no right or wrong way to do it. It doesn't matter what your age is, it doesn't matter what your budget is, it doesn't matter what limits you might have, what your skill level is, everybody can get involved. There are lots of different ways that you can get a costume, so you can buy one, or you can modify some clothes to look like one, or you can make one from scratch. And the great thing about cosplay is that anything goes and anything is accepted. It's very much a you do you kind of hobby. Lots of cosplayers start off buying costumes because it's the easiest option, but the more they get involved and the more events that they go to, they might move on to crafting them themselves. So now we know what cosplay is. Why would you want to cosplay? There are lots of different reasons why you might want to cosplay, but the biggest one is definitely the social aspect. Cosplay is a great way to meet new people and make new friends because you're basically wearing an advert of, this is what I'm interested in, come and talk to me. Whether you're at a large event, a local event, a fan meetup, or even just online, it's a great way to meet new people who have the same interests. As with any situation, do be careful if you're talking to or planning to meet up with someone that you haven't met before because, you know, there can be some strange people out there. But just be careful, and there are tons and tons of great, genuine, wonderful cosplayers out there for you to meet. Another great reason to cosplay is to learn new skills, because there's a lot to learn. This wasn't anything that I considered when I started cosplaying, but it's true because there's a lot of different things that you can learn depending on where this hobby takes you. I categorise this into 3 different types of skills. The first set of skills are creative skills, so these are things like sewing, painting, sculpting, foam smithing, hairdressing, anything that involves a bit of craft. The next set of skills are visual skills, so these are things like makeup, photography, posing, editing, social media. There's a lot of different things that you learn to self-edit when you're a cosplayer. And the third set of skills are life skills, so this is things like budgeting, time management, planning, and patience. As strange as it might sound, cosplay can sometimes lead a path depending on what it is that you're interested in. So for me, a lot of friends became photographers because they started out doing cosplay photography. They wanted to take great photos of their friends, and that's led them into a career path. Of course, that's not the same for everybody, but sometimes having something that you're interested in allows you to be enthusiastic about something and then take that one step further. So even some simpler things like editing a selfie, or posing in the mirror, or researching different materials, or looking into different types of fabrics, all of these can become skills that you can use in your daily life. The next reason why you might want to cosplay is that it allows you to share your passion. If you really love a character or a series, cosplay is a great visual way for you to show that. For me personally, when I was younger, I used to draw a lot of fan art for characters and series that I loved, and cosplay was almost like a progression for me because when I started cosplaying, I drew a lot less because I was sewing my fan art instead. Being able to have beautiful photos of a character where it almost looks like they've stepped out of the source material is really fulfilling for me. Cosplay is a great way to express your creativity as well, because whether it's an established character or a fully original design, you can do an original take on different things and make something totally from scratch. There are lots of different steampunk versions or fantasy versions of already established characters that people do, so it's a really good way if you want to express yourself to scratch that itch. And it's not just about going to events or going to meetups, because there's a whole world in the palm of your hand with social media. You can share your cosplay through things like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. There's all sorts of different communities out there. We've got the what, we've got the why. So where can you cosplay? Anywhere? I mean, within reason. The most obvious answer here is going to be at events, because they are designed for you to go in cosplay. Depending on where you live, there's usually a huge range of different events that you can attend, from things like Comic-Cons to conventions to local events to meetups to library events. It just depends on where you live and what's available. If you're not sure what events are running where you live, what I would recommend is firstly, Google it and see if anything comes up. Otherwise, you can ask on things like Facebook groups or on Twitter to see if anyone knows of anything happening local or in your country. So aside from events, social media is a great place to cosplay. And you can be so creative with it too, because thanks to things like Instagram Reels or TikTok, you can collaborate with people through videos. So there's a lot of different things that you can do from the comfort of your own home that still makes you a cosplayer. Another great option is doing location photo shoots. So depending on who your character is and where they're meant to come from and what their location would look like, you can go somewhere and do a photo shoot and really bring your character to life. And you'll get some amazing photos to share too. So whether it's you with a selfie stick, you with a friend, you with a parent, you with a photographer, getting some really beautiful photos on location is a great way to show off your costume. Now the next question is a little trickier. Who are you going to cosplay? Sometimes choosing a character is the easiest decision in the world because it's a character that you love and you desperately want to be them, so it's the obvious choice, right? But sometimes you might want to cosplay to fill a gap in a group. If you've got friends and they're wanting to do some costumes, you might want to be a character just to fill a gap and be part of something. Nobody can tell you who to be because the choice is yours. You can ask for suggestions, but ultimately you have to decide. One bit of advice I have when choosing a character is to do a little bit of research first, and that sounds very daunting, but it doesn't have to be. For example, if a character has a bracelet, how are you going to get that bracelet? Is it something that you can buy? Is it something that you'll have to commission? Is it something that you'll have to make? If you consider all of the details before you get started, it means that you won't be disappointed if it's too complicated. On that note, please know your limits, because cosplay can be a very, very expensive hobby. So it's not just about what you can make or if something's too ambitious, it's also about what you can realistically afford. Costumes are expensive, wigs are expensive, shoes are expensive, tickets for events are expensive, train tickets are expensive, so just make sure you're budgeting okay and you're not overextending yourself when spending on cosplay. So there we have it, my cosplay for beginners guide. Of course, there is a lot more to cosplay than what I could ever fit in this video, but I really hope if you're a beginner and you're just getting started with cosplay that you found it helpful. Before I wrap things up, hi, I'm Heather, or Exelia. I'm a cosplayer from the UK and I've been cosplaying for over 15 years. I've also represented the United Kingdom in 3 separate international cosplay competitions and judged internationally. So I hope whatever I was talking about made sense. It comes from a place of love and lots of experience. If you like this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up because that really helps. If you think someone else would benefit from this video, please share it with them. That would be really cool. And if you haven't already and you'd like to join me for some more cosplay chatter in the future, tap the subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. If you're looking for some more cosplay related content, please do check out the rest of my channel because I make a lot of cosplay themed videos. Some of them are a little bit quirkier, some of them are informative. I'm sure you'll find something fun. As always, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you very soon.